Okay. I'm a wanderer, so hi, my name is Melissa. I work at Gateway Technical College, and the team I work with is focused on bringing opportunities to high schoolers. So we partner with high schools and our teams at Gateway to get you college courses to take for free to you while you're still in high school. And a lot of times what we're able to do is get you into programs that help you earn credentials. And those are things you can take with, add to your resume, help get you a better pay grade once you get out of high school if your next stop is working for a little while. So we've got lots of options available to you, and it's something that I like to think is in partnerships with Waukesha County. So what we offer is similar, but maybe we have some different opportunities. So what your team here at Palmyra-Eagle wanted to do was make sure you knew all of your options available as you plan for your senior year. All right, so who knows what dual credit is? Have you taken any transcripted credit courses, anything through Start College Now? Okay, so what dual credit is an opportunity to take college classes while you're still in high school. Sometimes high schools have teachers that are qualified, so you're taking a high school course that gets you college credit. Sometimes you partner with a local community college, you partner with UW System School or another college. There are lots of different ways to do it, but the goal is that you get high school credit and college credit so that you're walking away with your high school transcript when you graduate and you already have a college transcript started. And what's nice about a college transcript is it's there forever. So you take some dual credit courses in high school and your path takes you this way. But then later on you're like, I think I'm gonna go back to school for a little while. You still have those credits that will go with you and count toward degrees. And let's say you're going on to college right after high school, whether it's technical college, community college, or UW, or anything else that's not UW. As UW grad, I'll lead with UW. But the college credits that you earn, whether it's at Gateway or Waukesha County, those are credits that you can take with to your other schools. So you'll earn elective credit, you'll earn transfer credit, credits that'll help check off some of those requirements you have as you work toward your technical diplomas, you work toward your associate degree, you work toward your bachelor's degrees. All of those different things, your dual credit helps to cut down on that expense and that time, because sometimes we just want to get it done. And so that's what dual credit is, and what we try to do is really help you get jump started on your career so that when you are done with high school, you have a better understanding of what you want your next steps to be. All right, one of the things that I like to say both to my teams on Gateway's campus and to the partners I work with is that if you're enrolled in Gateway courses, you're a Gateway student. What that means is that you're entitled to all of the services that we have as a campus are available to you, whether it's tutoring, disability support services, student events. You get an ID. Students in Racine have access to a bus pass that they can use in the Racine transportation system. Gateway has 3 campuses and 3 centers, so we are in 6 different communities in the Walworth, Kenosha, and Racine county area. So we've got a lot of resources and services available to students that, since your tuition's being paid for, it's something that you definitely can take advantage of. I think sometimes our students, and this is traditional age students as well as high school students, are like, oh, I don't know that I want to ask for help. And I was one of those students. Here's the thing, it's getting paid for. So use it. If you need assistance, use it. We have the resources. One of the roles that I play is kind of the person from Gateway who pokes at you going, hey, your teacher said she was your professor said she was a little concerned. There was a couple of grades coming in, had some concerns, and then I reach out and go, hey, How can I help? I'm one of those resources that your tuition and fees pay for. So ask questions of me. I can get you connected with those resources that'll best serve what you need. But you're a college student. You can get a college ID. You can get access to all of those college discounts at the stores. All of that because you're enrolled in your dual credit classes. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about this briefly because this is stuff that adults tend to be more interested than students. But what I'll say is what we found is students that enroll in dual credit are more likely to graduate from high school successfully, graduate from whatever post-secondary path that they are choosing, more than people who don't enroll in dual credit. Essentially, it's setting you up to be the most successful version of you that's as possible. Okay. So, I'm mostly going to talk about high school academies and our high school academy program. People go, hey, Melissa, what's an academy? So when we talk about high school academies, we're talking about programs where we've worked with our academic units to look at career pathways and career plans to say, all right, what are some courses that go well together? And we, for lack of a better word, bundle them together and call that an academy. The academies are usually between 12 and 16 credit hours over the course of a year, and they start the students on a career pathway, and quite a few of them have students earn credentials that you can take with you into the next step on that specific career pathway. And even if through the process of doing that academy, you're like, oh, this isn't for me, those credentials, there's still something that you have with you to add to your resume to be able to ask your employer for more money and start that process of developing where you want to go and how you want to get there. And one thing that I point out is that our dual credit classes are all taught by Gateway faculty, and either on Gateway campus or online. So these are the same courses that we teach on campus, so college level, college credit. Many of them will transfer to your four-year colleges. And within the academy, you're taking courses just with high school students. So other pathways, you can have different groups of people with you. We like to cohort peers together for the academy because it lets you build that network of peers and kind of expand that friend group, that group of people that you are engaging with as you, similarly to when you get into the professional world. All right, so why do an academy? It's college for free. I've done lots and lots and lots of college. Free college is my favorite kind. So I advocate, and the 12-year-old in my life who is going to be a freshman in high school in a couple of years has been tortured with this, but I will say get as much free education as you can now and in the future because it's not cheap. And so the more you can take advantage of this, the less it's going to be on you and your family once you have that high school diploma. It lets you get a jump start in what you want to do. I was that high school student that graduated having no clue. So it took me forever to figure out what I wanted to do when I grew up. This process lets you start that career development and identification process sooner. I was super frustrated, and I know it can be frustrating to be like, I don't know, I'm supposed to be doing stuff. You can get started on it now when figuring out what you don't want to do as well as what you do. Frankly, for me, finding out what I didn't want to do was almost more powerful than knowing what I want to do. I thought I was going to be a lawyer. I sat in on a trial, and man, let me tell you, I was like, no, that is not for me. And I'd spent a lot of time in pre-law at that point. So that's kind of one of the things that academies can help with. And also you start working in the field. They can increase your starting pay. We also have relationships with employers in this area that when you look at something like our CNC program, we have 100% employment out of our CNC Manufacturing Academy. They're hired before they complete their CNC operator certificate in their 12-credit year-long program. So we're very connected to the workforce. Our instructors are in and connected and networked with our employers. So it's a great opportunity to be able to be introduced to colleagues in the field and be able to network into a well-paying position straight after, as you're completing the academy. All right, so to simplify things, I have consolidated my academy offerings into 7 different career pathways. So we're going to look at healthcare, manufacturing, trades. We have human and protective services, transportation, 4-year and transfer for people looking to go straight into a 4-year college after high school's done. And then we also have the Information Technology Academy, or Information Technology Pathway. Melissa, words. All right, so we have in the healthcare pathway the Nursing Academy. So these are for people going into their senior year who are really strongly considering being a nurse when they are done with high school. So is anyone here interested in being a nurse, going into healthcare? Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can work in healthcare, right? You have business, you have IT, you have manufacturing. You can work in the healthcare field in pretty much any discipline of interest. Like our healthcare system, as you know, is just this huge kind of amalgamation of careers and opportunities. And not everybody is I want to work and do patient care. That's okay. I have lots of people in my life like that. The Nursing Academy is a very high demand field right now where students are coming out earning well in the 50,000s in the area as a ADN, so Associate Degree Registered Nurse. And then one of the cool things about that is that you get employed. So even if you're a CNA, you get employed, and then your hospital will likely pay or help pay for your BSN, your MSN, your different career paths, because they want to keep the highly qualified and trained professionals in their organization. So when you do the Nursing Academy, you're going to take General A&P in the fall, and then your first nursing course in the spring, and developmental psychology. So 3 courses that are required for the nursing ADN program. In the fall with me, we do study groups to prep for your HESI, which is a placement test. It's very similar to kind of the ACT. It's one of those kinds of fun tests, but I work with students through the fall to help prep in those areas so you have dedicated study times to practice and prep and get used to taking this test, because it's one of those things you have to pass as part of the entry into the nursing program at Gateway. We're offering it in Elkhorn, and our courses are taught online, hybrid, and in person, so we kind of have a nice little amalgamation of offerings. Apparently amalgamation is the word of the morning. So, questions about Nursing Academy? Okay, so the next pathway is where we started our academy program, and this is in our manufacturing field. We started our academy program with the Welding Academy. We have welding opportunities in Elkhorn. We have 2 sections because it's such it's a program that a lot of students are interested in. And so as part of that interest, we've been able to build out 2 full years. So sometimes we have juniors starting in the academy, so they're able to do 2 years of the academy program. So with the Welding Academy, you complete 16 credit hours, which gets you the Welding Maintenance and Fabrication Technical Diploma. Students who complete this academy get to walk in Gateway's graduation ceremony. That's held mid-May, and from the academy unit, we have the most number of students participating in who graduate out of the Welding Maintenance and Fabrication Technical Diploma program college-wide. We have such a strong interest at the high school level that we have a really strongly represented crew that complete that program. And then also in manufacturing, because we know that there's a ton of manufacturing opportunities out there, especially in the area, We have our CNC Academy. The difference between CNC and welding, per my colleague Rich, who is our CNC instructor, is that welding's putting pieces of metal together. CNC is taking pieces of metal apart, typically. So he said, that's the one sentence version. And with CNC, there's a lot of work done with programming and operating the machinery using computers. So a lot of hands-on stuff. He has students build really, they had to build a suit of armor, they've built chainmail, all as part of learning how to use the CNC equipment. And it can lead into then our CNC technical diploma program. All right. Then in the spring, we start to walk into trades. Trades are those professions that are mostly related to kind of building and maintaining structures. So you can look at construction, plumbing, electrician, and then the academy we're launching in the spring, which is HVAC, so heating and cooling buildings. There's been a lot of interest in expanding in the trades, and we're starting with HVAC. Questions about trades or manufacturing? All right. So our next opportunity is in protective services. And in that we have academies in criminal justice and in fire EMS. Criminal justice we have offered out in Elkhorn, and through the criminal justice career path or academy, you earn your securities professional certificate. For people who are interested in pursuing law enforcement, in order to apply to the law enforcement academy, you need 60 college credit hours, and students completing the criminal justice academy can knock out 12 of those. Now, I was with some police officers the other day, and they shared, it doesn't matter what those credit hours are, but it's helpful if it's criminal justice because it helps get you in the mindset and speak the language of the profession that you're looking to go into. And this securities professional certificate is the first 12 credit hours of the criminal justice associate degree. It's the length of the associate degree and the LEA requirements, LEA, Law Enforcement Academy, is the associate degree is 62 credit hours, and the requirements for the LEA are 60. So when I have students looking to do that, I'm like, well, if you complete your criminal justice associate degree, you can do that and then hop right into the LEA. So you have both of those credentials when you're starting your work with your unit. Then we have our Fire EMS Academy. We host this one out in Burlington at the Hero Center. So the Hero Center is our campus where we have dedicated work to fire and EMS. So we have rigs, we have full paramedics, outfits, everything you need to be able to learn and prep to be a I was with these yes. I love when the words miss a fire person to work on the fire. Okay. Firefighter. I was literally with my team of firefighters yesterday for 2 hours, and I'm so embarrassed. Again, words, sometimes not the friend. So to be a firefighter or to work as a EMT or paramedic, we have all of those tools and resources out at the Hero Center in Burlington. This is one of those programs that we have an age requirement on because of some of the licensing that you need to do. So students interested in this need to be 17 by September 1st of the academic year. So everyone would need to be 17 by September 1st of 2024 in order to be qualified for this. In addition to completing the academy and being prepped for a career in fire science, you will earn your EMT technical diploma, be able to sit for the National Registry exam, and also sit for the Fire Inspector Certification exam. So this is our academy that has a whole ton of credentials that you'll be able to take out and with you to whatever's your next step after that. I'm going to skip over transportation simply because all of our transportation opportunities are available in Kenosha, and that's too far of a drive for me, and I live about 15 minutes away. So we do have those opportunities, so when you're looking at what happens after senior year, we have aviation and diesel and auto. Those are housed out in Kenosha at the Horizon Center. All right, so who is thinking about going to a four-year college after they graduate from high school? Okay. All right, I did. So I wanted to be able to have an opportunity for students looking to do that career pathway, because it's a career pathway, as well. So what we have are 3 sections of Liberal Arts and Sciences Academy. They're all a little bit different, but in common, they all contain courses that are part of the Wisconsin Universal Credit Transfer Agreement, which means the courses in any of the 3 sections will pick up and go with you to a UW system school and be a direct check mark. So they're transferring 100%. Additionally, when we were building out this academy, we wanted to make sure that the courses we selected were general enough that they are very likely to transfer to any other school. So if you're going out of state, you're going to a private college, these courses are very likely to transfer. They're a part of kind of general education curriculum across the board. Now, I say very likely because every college that you attend makes their own call about how courses transfer. So there's a resource out there, and we can get into it later as we talk about your future, called Transferology, where you can find out if it's a hard yes or no, or talk to your admissions advisor to say, how do I get this course evaluated for transfer? Because maybe they've just never looked at it again. But the courses in these sections are very likely to transfer anywhere you go. They are also 12 credit hours as part of Gateway's Associate of Arts and Associate of Science programs. So we have degree programs where you can complete your Associate of Arts or Associate of Science and essentially do a 2+2, where you do two years of study at Gateway, get your associate degree, and then transfer to a 4-year to get your bachelor's degree, as a way to save money to cut down on the cost of that 4-year program.
Can you tell us what classes are involved?
Yes. No, okay. Yes. There we go. I'm like, I know it's in here. Is it screen? Okay. Okay, there we go. Tech pause. Any questions while we're getting my screen share? Questions, concerns, thoughts?
Couple things about this one, guy, versus WCTC. A lot of their classes are in the afternoon, which is different than WCTC. A lot of their classes, or what you would probably be taking, are in Elkhorn. So that's obviously quite a different drive than going to Milwaukee. So you can see a lot of the stuff here in the afternoon. Some of the credit hours are different, maybe less, a little less intensive programs. So that's just some thoughts as far as options you're considering. And they have some programs WCTC doesn't have.
Great, thank you. So I'm going to talk about our 3 sections of the liberal arts and sciences, and then kind of scroll through to show you what we have in Elkhorn and what we have online. So we have in liberal arts and sciences, in the fall you would take speech and developmental psychology, and then in the spring, diversity studies and sociology. I thought I saw that. Okay. Then we have 2 online sections, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. In the morning academy, you do diversity studies and nutrition in the fall, and then econ and ethics in the spring. The afternoon version is speech and developmental psychology in the fall. Course we call that is Latinos in the U.S., so it's a diversity studies course with a specific focus on Latinos in the United States, and then introduction to sociology. People looking for if looking into medicine or healthcare, I would say that the most med school application friendly one, so you're looking at econ, ethics, nutrition, things that they're looking for on a med school application would be our liberal arts and sciences morning. But any of these 3 options will walk with you to work on those general education requirements. So they're pretty broad for a reason, because we want you to get as much bang for your buck out of this opportunity as possible, so that when you go to your next step, you don't look at this and go, well, I just wasted time doing this. And so we don't want that. That's the opposite of what we want. I'm going to talk briefly about my Information Technology Academy. This one is an online academy taught in the morning. It is focused on Google and Google Support Professional training. We do also include IoT connecting device and IT essentials. So you're learning about, the Google system, as well as kind of some of the nuts and bolts of the workings of the devices that you use. You earn your Google IT Support Professional certificate out of it. And I've had some people go, well, why not Microsoft? We've got all that Microsoft stuff building up. And at this point, we don't. And the partnership that Gateway's had with Google has been in place for a while. So right now, it's Google focused. I can't say that it won't be Microsoft focused in the future or adding Microsoft features on in the future. This is where we are today.
All 3 of those are online?
All 3 of these are online, synchronous. So you'll have teacher face-to-face meetings, but you won't need to travel anywhere. So these are the 3 online options. And then our Hero Center in Burlington, we have Fire EMS. So looking at what this is structured like, you're going to do all of your EMR coursework, your EMT training in the fall, and then take your 2 fire courses in the spring. So at the end of the fall, technically, if you were 18, at that point you could take the National Registry exam. And then at the end of spring, you could do the Fire Inspector Certification exam. All right, then we have Elkhorn. So CNC is an afternoon academy. You're doing the CNC Operator Pathway Certificate. And the 4 courses that you see, you do 6 credits, so 2 courses in the fall, 6 credits, 2 courses in the spring. No prereqs, that's offered, it's 1:10 to 3:10 in the afternoon, Monday to Thursday. Criminal justice we're looking at a hybrid approach this year, so it's Monday to Thursday, 1 to 2:40 p.m., but you're going to meet in person one week, the next week online. So you'll have synchronous online the alternate weeks to kind of take down some of that transportation stress that some of our students have shared, so that In a 14-week semester, you'll go to Elkhorn 7 weeks. Then we have HVAC, so 3 courses, so 9 credits in kind of building out your understanding of the process of heating and cooling homes. Then we have nursing, and so you start off with general A and P, and so lab is taught in person in Elkhorn. You'll do our lecture, the lecture components are asynchronous online. So our students did it this year, and I did not have anyone everyone received a B or a better in that online section. We tried it out this year to see how students did. They did really well.
Could you explain what asynchronous means?
Asynchronous means you work on your own. So your instructor will post out typically modules, and then you will complete the work based on the calendar your instructor sets. You won't meet in person except for every Thursday to do your lab work. Questions about how that works? Because that's kind of one of those, not a lot of high school stuff is done asynchronously.
They were high school during COVID.
Yes, yeah. I get the same look from the 12-year-old who's like, I know. I live that. And then we have welding. We have a Monday to Wednesday section. It's 12 to 5 in the afternoon, Monday and Tuesday, 12 to 2 in the afternoon on Wednesday. You will do 3 credits in the fall, 3 courses in the fall, 3 courses in the spring. So it's 16 credit hours that you complete. And at the end, you'll have your welding maintenance and fabrication technical diploma. And after that, to complete our we have 2 technical diplomas in the welding program. We have our welding maintenance and fabrication technical diploma. That's the first step in the career pathway. The last step in that career pathway that we have is our welding technical diploma. So sometimes I'll call it the parent program or the big one. The 42 credit hour technical diploma then is, there's a math course, and there are 8 additional courses beyond that to complete the whole technical diploma program. Then our second option is the same coursework, but you'll go Wednesday afternoon from 2 to 4, and then Thursday and Friday from 12 to 5. And so those are our options that are fairly close to you comparatively to Racine or Kenosha. And I don't like doing that drive. So that's where we are with. Okay. Yep, yep. Well, if I hadn't just, I love it when it's not my own computer.
I've got like 500 tabs.
Yeah, there we go. There.
Got a nice picture of my brother up there. He's a goon.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's not doing anything now.
Okay, so application process. Do you have them available? Or do you want me to send them online to the link?
Just talk about it, and then
Okay.
I can
Okay.
do the rest of it.
Do you have any process before that they need to do?
We will probably have to do our own process,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Gateway's process. It's super simple. There is a form online that Mrs. Runkle can get you that you fill out with your parents, basically just demographic information, you know, who you are, when you were born, all that fun stuff, contact info. Then there is a statement that talks a little bit about being a dual credit student at Gateway. It says that we can communicate with your high school to be able to share grades and information. So if I'm seeing concerns from your instructors, that we can say, hey, Mrs. Runkle, there's something going on, can you check? Or anything else related to that. And you can ask us for hey, is a student going to class? I had a parent call one of my counselors from another school saying, this student saying he's not going to class. Can you check? I called up the professor and he was like, he's my favorite student. He's never missed a day. And so to kind of help make sure that all of those communication pieces are in line, we try to keep a really close relationship with our partner high schools because we want you to do well and we know sometimes life gets in the way. So part of what I do is help mitigate whatever I can with the life stuff. So you fill that form out, parents sign it, you sign it, you bring it back to your high school. They'll do paperwork that, whatever steps they need to do to verify that this is a good plan, good idea, and then all of that paperwork will come to me. I do the review to make sure, okay, yep, this student is going to be 17 by September 1st, check. And then I will send you and your folks a letter and email to say, hey, you've been accepted, these are your next steps. And then we go from there. We try to keep it simple.
Okay. And then same process as with WCTC. We pay for it, but if you fail it, you have to pay the school back for it. Okay, so it's the same deal with these classes. So you guys do not have the bill up front. The school has the bill up front. If you do not pass that class, though, number one, you're not getting the credits. Number two, you have to pay. So we want to make sure that you are taking the classes seriously. As she stated, it does start your college transcript. That's going to follow you everywhere. You know, if you decide in 15 years you want to go back to college because you never went, and now all of a sudden you have a bunch of F's on your transcript, that doesn't necessarily bode well. So we need to try to make sure that we're taking it seriously. So, okay.
March 1st is my soft deadline. I will take applications as long as I have seats available. The March 1st, we just marry up to start college now. So,
Yep.
March 1st is what we will encourage as well. We're going to share this presentation and the WCTC one with your families, with your parents, guardians. So if you have questions, it's a lot to take in and remember. You'll be able to review it. But if there's something you're interested in, get it in SEMA Trunco, especially
Right away.
if it's offered in both places, so you're making the right decision for you and your
Yep.
family.
and if you have questions about gateway stuff, yep, you can reach out to me. My emails and the slides stuff you're gonna get. Yep, but absolutely reach out to me. I can talk to you, your parents, answer questions about Gateway and how Gateway works. That, you know, if this is a new college for them, sometimes it's just how do you do this? I can help with it.
And if you are curious about the fire and EMT one, and with it being in Burlington, I actually live in Burlington, and I can verify that the drive there is probably about the same drive as it is to get to WCTC. So it's really not going to be much of a difference as far as drive time if that's a program that you are interested in. WCTC has more classes, so it's a little bit more difficult, it's a little bit more intensive. Gateways sounds like it's a little bit more just less intense, still getting the same kinds of classes and getting the same kinds of certifications and things, just different. So if you're interested in that, come and talk to me and we can decide maybe which one would be better.
You guys are the first group we've had Gateway as an offer to, so we're learning a